There you guys, this is going to be your weekly soul connection energy reading for the week of April 30th through May the 6th. Okay, divine masculine and distorted feminine come out. Strange. So I'm going to ask Divine Spirit to tune into the energies for this week in relations to love. So connections, partnerships. So whether this is a committed relationship, a dating situation, a love interest, or for completely singles, where this other partner is and where you're at with each other. So let's see what energies you two create this week. Divine Spirit, ask for highest guidance, truth, and clarity. So, for those who this is meant to resonate with, because not every message is going to resonate with you. It can sound like it's, it feels good and it sounds good, but it just doesn't resonate. Don't force things to resonate with you just because it sounds cute or whatever. Or it might not resonate with you, but you can tell what resonates and what doesn't resonate. So I'm going to ask Divine Spirit to tap into this energy for the collective connections for this week. For those who are meant to receive this message, Divine Spirit asks for divine guidance, truth, and clarity, insight, truth, healing, love, and healing. Okay, so love comes out. Luminosity. Self-respect. And the divine feminine. So 3 cards out of here were in one of the readings, or one of the other readings, your partner love energy reading and your weekly love energy reading. So reparenting yourself comes out at the bottom. I'm going to clarify these cards. Divine Spirit asks for highest guidance, truth, and clarity to please clarify these cards that lie in front of me to give me more detail. Okay. 2 of Swords. So, the Love card and the 5 of Wands is where you're both at mentally, where you guys are in agreement. So there's some sort of agreement about challenging energies or challenging the energy of love. So it could be one or two things, like, okay, so my perception of love could be different from your perception of love, but either they can clash or they can coexist. Some energy, I feel like it could be clashing, but it could be that you guys are, challenging yourselves to look at love differently, how you perceive love, what it is to share love with another person. It could be how you love yourself. So one person could be fighting for that love within themselves, their happiness and the thing, honoring themselves in any way, shape, or form is their biggest fight right now. That's all they're focused on. While one person struggles to find that love within themselves, to feel connected to all that is, to feel connected within themselves first, then without. So there's some sort of obstacles in the way. So this makes sense because if you watch both readings, your partner and your live energy reading for the week, the energies are different, but they mirror each other, though. They coexist in some way. That there's a polar opposite that mirror something back. And I can see how one person, their mindset is on, I'm fighting for, loving myself and being connected with myself and being connected with all that is, and being in a state of unconditional love for myself and everyone else around me. Because they see that love is connected to all things. And the other person struggles to find that connectedness within themselves and those around them. So that's what I'm picking up mentally. Emotionally, where you guys are in agreement within the connection, you guys have luminosity with the 3 of Wands. Your creative energy is very much potent. It's very strong. You guys are feeling intense energy, like an intense connection, I feel. An intense drawingness towards each other. Someone is at the spotlight of this, though. So someone's being highlighted and all of these positive possibilities and seeing all of this, what I can have, the potential of it, kind of waiting and anticipating something to come together, because you guys are both creating something, if you guys aren't creating the same exact thing, you're creating something that coexists with the other. So let's say, for instance, someone is like, how would I explain this? Okay. Say there's people out in the world who want to have a, who want to create a toy store. Okay, let's just say. But it's like something about it is like very advanced. It's very different. It's not a Toys R Us type of thing. It's like it's got its own vibe. Like, let's say it's a space themed toy store with just like space toys and stuff like that, cosmic, whatever. So you both have this idea, like it would be really cool to create a like a scientific toy store. So one person's idea could be, they want to, let's say, I always wanted to build toys. I always wanted to build like rocket ship toys and like planets and stuff like that as toys for kids and babies where they can play with, like, learn the planets and rocket ships and aliens and all this crazy shit, whatever. And then the other person is like, I've always wanted to have a toy store like this. So there's one person that wants to create the toys that goes along with this big picture of having this toy store. So it's like there's something that you want to create that goes along with what this person also wants to create. So it's like you can't have the one without the other, right? So I can have the toy store, but where are the toys going to come from? Okay, so I can build the toys, but where am I going to sell my toys? That's the type of energy I get. So you guys are anticipating something because it's like something's already either being created or will be created in this space, like emotionally, like you're creating from your heart space. So it has something with that. But it comes up as either creative energy or this could be sexual energy. But either way it goes, your attraction is creating something. Both ways. I hope that makes sense. Self-respect with the Queen of Wands comes out, so this could be attraction or your perceptions. So someone may be perceiving the other person as very self-reliant, very confident, someone who goes after what they want, they're ambitious, maybe even achieving their goals and their desires. This is a sexy card, the Queen of Wands. If she's a focus of someone's, if this person is you or the other person, there's a focus on one or the other where there's a lot of attraction, feeling like maybe they're your dream woman, your dream man or something, or you feel like they're a fantasy almost to you with this unicorn who represents fantasies and myths and dreams. So it could be that, but it could also be that you are attracted to ambition and they're attracted to ambition. They're attracted to someone who's confident in themselves and you're attracted to someone who's confident in themselves. You admire drive. You admire ambition. They admire drive and ambition. And that might be the thing that attracts you to each other. It's not just about the physical, but it's about, your personality, what you represent, who you show, your energy, your aura that they're attracted to and that you're attracted to towards them. So Divine Feminine and the Moon card comes out as how things are going to proceed this week in relation to this situation. So the Divine Feminine came out in the same exact position in your weekly love energy reading. The Moon card comes out. I feel there's influence with the moon energies that we're in. We're in a full moon in Scorpio right now. So that could have some sort of influence based upon how you project yourself or how they project themselves. But there's this need to be self-nurturing, self-loving, compassionate, whether you're male or female, balancing out your goddess energy. I feel like is what this full moon is going to help with cleansing, because the Scorpio energy is all about dealing with the subconscious realm, dealing with death and transformation and rebirth and hidden wisdom and knowledge, occults, hidden things, the things that some people gloss over and don't want to deal with or see, secrets or deep dark things. Scorpios can dive deep into things that others don't want to see. They might be people who are into forensic science, or they like to watch crime shows, or they like to watch things that other people are like just cringe and don't want to even know or acknowledge. You know, they're very sexual energies too, so it could be a lot of sexual secrets, hidden energies, hidden desires, sexual trauma coming up to heal. So there's a lot of healing and releasing too, because this transformation is a rebirth. So it could cause a transformation to where that distorted feminine that came out first with the divine masculine, there may be more balanced masculine energies within everybody right now. We're more feeding into our masculine side, but our feminine energies are imbalanced. So it could help bring that into balance and therefore bring you into balance and maybe bring your connections with others into balance. Because it's like if you're operating more off your feminine energy, then you're kind of allowing yourself to either be taken advantage of, you're vulnerable, way too sensitive, way too emotional, you have no backbone, you have no courage, no strength. So you got to have that balanced masculine energy. If you're focused way too much on masculine energy, then it's all control, assertiveness, dominance, and then there's the feminine energy that's it's not being tended to. So regardless of what you identify as male, female, we all have feminine and masculine energies, but we have to find that balance with those energies because that makes a balanced person. Okay? You can't have too much of the other, just like you can't be all in the physical and not enough in the spiritual, or you can't be always in the spiritual but not enough in the physical realm. So you got to find the balance. So the Two of Swords and the Reparenting Yourself card tells me that either there's going to be some clarity about how to nurture and care for yourselves, because it's that saying, like, you can't love people until you love yourself. And if you can't love another person, then it has something to do with you. It all starts within you. This is the universe that is you. This is all you within yourself. Love starts within you, then without in the universe. It's all connected. We're all connected. And it's finding that balance on how to nurture yourself and pretty much mommy and baby yourself, you know, and not in a codependent or in a not codependent, but not in a crutch like way. Like, you're not trying to baby yourself to, you know, non-growth where you keep yourself stagnant. It's more so about having compassion for that person inside of yourself, whether this be your inner child that needs that love and compassion. It may even help to see yourself in a childlike reflection. So when you're mean to yourself, or when you're angry with yourself, or you're lacking compassion for yourself, always remember to, like, look at yourself as a baby. I have a baby picture on my altar because it kind of helps me. Um, but I have it on an altar with my goddesses because, you know, goddesses help us with love and nurturing ourselves, and it's goddesses help with beauty and things like that, love and relationships and prosperity, but mostly they're going to promote you to nurture yourself and love yourself. So this baby picture, I keep it on my altar because it reminds me to love myself internally, that innocent aspect of me, that pure part of me that still is in me. We all have that aspect within us, and it helps if you're beating yourself up to remind yourself, hey, you know, envision in your mind's eye that little girl, that little boy, or the baby, you know, that baby that you were, so you can treat yourself with compassion and kindness. Would you ever tell a baby they're stupid? Would you ever tell a baby they're ugly or that they're not good enough? Or they kind of look at yourself as if that baby is someone else, that it's not you. Would you tell that little baby that they can't or they won't? Or, you know, you have to have that compassion, and there could be some imbalances, but it gets cleared away. There's some things that may need to be cut out of the way this week in order for you to see yourself. And it's coming from a mom, like a mom loving energy within. So whether you're male or female, be the mom to that inner child or that inner you that needs that love and forgiveness, that needs to look at themselves from a loving place. So I'm going to pull for a Romance Angels card as advice. And that will conclude this reading. If you guys are interested in a soul connection energy reading, it's far more in depth than this. This is like piece of the reading. Not even half. It's like one portion of the reading that I do. But if you guys are interested in a soul connection energy reading, it's available on my website called Soul Connection Energy Reading. All right, Divine Spirit, us for highest guidance, truth, and clarity. What is the advice to navigate through this energy? Okay, so love yourself first and make the effort wanting to pop out. So love yourself, blah, 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 blah. Love yourself first, as your self-respect makes you romantically attractive. And ain't that some shit? Excuse my language. So self-respect and the Queen of Wands together, that's what makes you attractive. The fact that you actually honor yourself, that goddess energy, male or female, straight or homosexual, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you identify as, what your energy is, but when you balance that feminine energy out, that goddess energy out, that loves yourself and respects yourself, it makes you more attractive to the outside, not just to a specific person, but to others, and not even in a romantic way. You attract better friendships, you attract better business, clients, or, strangers respecting you, open the doors for you, you just see a difference in your vibration and how people interact with you when you nurture yourself and you handle yourself as a goddess, as a queen, whether you're male or female. It could be king, but it's not in a, because people have this perception that kings and queens and gods and goddesses are assholes. No, it's, you got to have healthy boundaries. I always say, like, certain people, like, let's say, what's a good example of like a queen or goddess energy? I'm just going to use this for the sake of, and I'm going to show you the difference between what a goddess is not. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to use Beyonce as a reference. Because, okay, so certain things, like, people would say, oh, she's a bitch because she fired so-and-so and she fired these people. Or when you want, and even in Nicki Minaj, I saw, like, it's an old MTV interview that she did a long time ago or something. It was like a documentary. She was kind of going off on people, but it's like, okay, I want my project to be what I envision it to be. My craft is most important. I want it to be damn near perfection, if not perfection in my eyes. Pretty much, that's not verbatim, that's not what she was saying, but pretty much like that. Like, she was arguing with people in the studio. It's like, I want things to be a certain way because this is my brand. If it, Beyonce, this is my show, you can't be fucking up. I gotta have my show a certain way. This is my brand. This is my, this is what I do for a living. This is a part of me. This is my creative energy. So I want it to be perfected. It can't be half-assed. So women like that can come across as like bitchy, but really it's like, no, you just have self-respect. So sometimes it can come across that way, but you have to be assertive sometimes. That's how I see the Empress. People see the Empress as this, oh, she's just soft and she's docile and she's nurturing and she's loving. Of course she is. Every goddess is loving and nurturing. But like your mama, right? Your mom will never let you slack off. She's going to tell you, you need to do better. I want you to better in life. Because the Empress is a divine mother. So she's going to nurture you, she's going to take you in, she's going to love you. But as soon as she sees that you're messing up in life and you're not headed down the right path, she's going to give you that tough love. That's a part of Empress goddess energy. A false goddess energy is, who can I say? It's kind of like a diva-ish vibe. Like, divas can be seen both ways, but it's kind of like this spoiled brat mentality that women have, and they step all over people, and they're mean, and they make you feel less than. I can't really think of a perfect example. Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't really think. But it's just someone who's not humble, kind of like a Regina George in Mean Girls. Like, everybody worships her technically. They want to be her. They want to be her friend. But really, she's a bitch. She's not nice. She's not a true goddess energy, if that makes sense. She doesn't come across as such. So it's about that, that's what makes you attractive when you don't. And some women are afraid to tell people no, or just some men too. You're afraid to say no. Um, I feel real men and women respect a person who can say no and stand up for themselves. No one really likes a pushover until, we like pushovers. Society likes a pushover as long as they can get something out of them, but realistically, they don't really find any use in a pushover. But someone that respects themselves and can tell you no. Most women don't realize that real men don't want a woman that just lets them walk all over them and tell them what to do. Um, Women don't want a man either like that, but they don't want a man that's like, B, I told you to cook, I told you to clean. Like, that's not a real man energy. That's a distorted masculine. That's a bitch made man. But a man that, invests in you and has some sort of structure in his life, who really wants the best for you, who's a leader by spirit, that's a king, that's a god energy. So we have a perception of what that is, and I feel whatever you embody, that true feminine and goddess energy, whether you're male or female, that will make you more attractive to others, especially if you're respecting yourself and you're doing your own thing and you're walking your own path. um I can just go in all day on this, but make the effort, as great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So also, people feel vulnerability is weakness too, and that you lack respect. But no, you don't. Sometimes it calls, like, I can respect people that show their true selves even when it's scary to share show their true selves, or to be vulnerable, or to be open. I respect those people more than not. So if there's something in love that you feel like you need to express yourself, you need to be vulnerable, you need to make the effort in some way, you can't be prideful about it. Because that's a part of your self-respect. When we deny ourselves of our feelings, our truth, because of a fear of someone rejecting us, or a fear of some sort of outcome, or fear that it's stupid or it's dumb to say this, or we shouldn't feel that because of this or because of that, we're denying ourselves that self-love. And that's an act of self-love when we can honor our truths, whether someone respects it or they don't. It doesn't matter. It's my truth. And it's not to be forceful, like, oh, you got to believe what I say. But in order, to even be able to tell the world how you feel, or tell a person how you feel, what you believe in, what you want, what you desire, even if they agree or not, is a powerful thing, because you're expressing your true self. You're honoring yourself. You're loving yourself by doing that. When you don't, you're suppressing yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice, a dishonor. So that's the energy that I pick up. I hope that makes sense. Reconciliation's at the bottom, by the way. So much love as always. I appreciate you guys. I hope this reading was helpful for those that it was meant to reach. As always, till next time. Peace.